Good morning, students. Welcome to Bindu Tadwal Chemistry Lessons. Our topic for today is secondary cells. This is in continuation to the primary cells that we did in the previous video. So, secondary cells are those which can be recharged. Once discharged, electricity can be passed and they can be made to work again. So there are two types of secondary cells that we will study: lead storage cell and nickel cadmium cell. First is lead storage cell. So this is the most commonly used battery in automobiles. Each battery consists of a number of voltaic cells, one anode, one cathode, connected in series. 3 to 6 generally combined to get a 6 to 12 volt battery. In each cell, the anode is a grid of lead packed with finely divided spongy lead, and cathode is a grid of lead packed with lead dioxide. The electrolyte is an aqueous solution of sulfuric acid, which is 38% by mass and has a density of 1.30 grams per milliliter. The working of the cell is that during the process of discharging, the lead anode will give electrons to form lead ions, and these lead ions will combine with sulfate ions to form solid lead sulfate, which sticks to the electrode. So overall anode reaction is lead plus sulfate gives lead sulfate plus electrons. At cathode, the lead dioxide will take up those electrons in presence of sulfuric hydrogen ions to form lead sulfate, and this again sticks to the electrode, and overall reaction is lead plus lead dioxide plus sulfuric acid will form lead sulfate plus water. The cell may be represented as lead/lead sulfate in sulfuric acid with lead dioxide/lead. The potential of cell depends upon the concentration or density of sulfuric acid. Once this density falls below 1.2 grams per milliliter, the battery needs recharging, and it can be recharged by passing electric current of a suitable voltage in the opposite direction. Then the cell works like an electrolytic cell. Earlier it was working like an electrochemical cell. Now it's working as an electrolytic cell, and the electrode reactions get reversed. All the cell reactions that occur during discharge are now reversed. Sulfuric acid was earlier used up, now it is regenerated and concentration is increased, and the functions of anode and cathode are also reversed. Now lead dioxide plates will act as anode and lead will act as cathode. So at anode, the lead sulfate that has deposited will react with water to form lead dioxide again, along with hydrogen ions and sulfuric acids, and electrons will be generated. And at cathode, the lead sulfate which is sticking to the lead plates will take up electrons to form lead solid, and sulfate ions will be formed. So overall reaction is lead sulfate plus 2 water will give lead at cathode, and lead dioxide at anode, and hydrogen ions and sulfate ions. So such an operation is possible because the lead sulfate that is formed on the electrodes is a solid and sticks to the electrode, so it can either take or give electrons during electrolysis. The second type of secondary storage cell is nickel cadmium storage cell. In this, it is also a rechargeable cell. On passing electricity, we can recharge it. In this, cadmium acts as the negative plate, that is the anode, and nickel a grid of nickel packed with nickel dioxide acts as the positive plate. The advantage of this nickel cadmium storage cell is that it is smaller and lighter and can be used in portable and cordless appliances. So the electrolyte will be potassium hydroxide, and the reactions that take place are at anode, cadmium plus hydroxide ions will form cadmium oxide and electrons and water, and this is during discharge when the cell is working as an electrochemical cell and producing electricity. When it has to be recharged, the opposite reaction occurs. Cadmium oxide combines with water and electrons to form cadmium and hydroxide ions. Similarly, cathode nickel 3 hydroxide will take 2 electrons to form nickel 2 hydroxide and hydroxide ions, and overall reaction is cadmium plus nickel 3 hydroxide will form cadmium oxide plus nickel 2 hydroxide plus water. The potential of nickel cadmium battery is 1.4 volts. Again, the products are solid and stick it to the electrodes and can be reconverted by recharging the cell. So the lead storage cell has a potential of 6 to 12 volt, whereas nickel cadmium has a potential of 1.4 volts.